Hi, my name is Carl Pearson, and I'm the editor of Video Newspaper. And in this edition, I'm going to explain how the bankruptcies of major retailers such as Linen and Things, Circuit City, and Comp USA, with many other big names to follow, possibly Sears and Borders, were the predictable result of the illegal purchasing system in which they initially put smaller competitors out of business themselves. One of the federal bankruptcy laws is known as the Robinson-Patman Act. This statute, enacted in 1936, requires manufacturers to sell to competitors at the same per-unit price, with some exceptions. The most important exception is that cost-justified savings are allowed to be passed on through lower prices to a retailer, but these savings probably shouldn't exceed 5 or 6%, so that we're really not talking about that exception or other exceptions. Wal-Mart, you should understand, is using its purchasing clout to require manufacturers to sell to Wal-Mart at 50% below the manufacturer's cost, or something near that, when you take all factors into account, such as different fees and allowances, various costs absorbed by the manufacturer for Wal-Mart alone, warranty programs, technical help, data processing, and other things like that. But to make up for this constant loss when selling to Wal-Mart, manufacturers have to charge 50% above cost to their smaller customers. The manufacturer's number 2 customer is going to pay more than Wal-Mart, and the number 3 customer is going to pay more than Wal-Mart and the number 2 customer, and so on. If this is true, and I'm telling you that it is, what does that mean for the smallest retailers who pay 50% above the cost for the same goods that Wal-Mart buys at 50% below cost? Let's see how that works. An appliance costs $10 to make, let's assume, and Wal-Mart buys it for $5, while a small retailer across the street buys it for $15, or 3 times the price that Wal-Mart paid. When customers see the comparative prices, maybe $6 by Wal-Mart and $20 by the retailer across the street, they will obviously buy from Wal-Mart, which pretty quickly puts the smaller retailer out of business, and we have experienced that in almost every town and village and county in the United States. One by one, the smaller retailers go out of business, and you then wind up with about 100 top retailers in the U.S. headed up by Wal-Mart, and a distant second by the name of Home Depot. Wal-Mart is continuing to break sales records even in or especially because of the current economy. Home Depot's sales are slipping even though it remains the number 2 retailer. Let's look at Wal-Mart, the largest retailer in the world. It employs 1.4 million people in the U.S. during 2008 with $375 billion in sales, net income of $13.4 billion. Its cost of sales in 2008 was $306 billion, and in 2007 was $286 billion. If Wal-Mart is paying only 50% of the manufacturer's cost, and competitors are paying 50% above this cost, that is, with a $10 cost, Wal-Mart is paying $5 instead of $15, then the competitor is paying 3 times as much, and Wal-Mart should have been paying 3 times $306 billion, or $918 billion, for its goods instead of the $306 billion that it actually paid. But let's say that Wal-Mart is buying at the manufacturer's cost of $10, where the competitors are paying 50% above cost, that is $15. Wal-Mart should be paying 50% more for its goods than $306 billion, which means it should have paid $453 billion. But Wal-Mart only had $375 billion in sales, which means that Wal-Mart is operating at a $78 billion deficit instead of the reported 2008 profit of $13.4 billion. Isn't Wal-Mart just another case of toxic investment if the facts become known? Wal-Mart is growing, and not only the smaller competitors are going into bankruptcy. Wal-Mart has several across-the-board competitors. Target, with $64.9 billion in sales, which is 1/6 of the size of Walmart. K-Mart, even lower, is $55 billion in sales. That's almost 1/7 the size of Walmart. Another competitor, the third largest one when it existed, Venture Stores Inc., filed for bankruptcy in 1998 and went out of business. Not only are Target and K-Mart vulnerable to Walmart's competition, but so are the 100 or so top specialty retailers such as Borders and Blockbusters. Already these specialty retailers have recently filed for bankruptcy, that is, Linen and Things, Goodies, KB Toys, Toys R Us, Fortune Off, Sharper Image, Circuit City, and I'm telling you, a lot more to come. They can't compete with Walmart. Nobody can compete when Walmart buys its goods at a substantially lower price than competitors. The most disfavored competitors, that is, the smallest stores, go first, and we've seen that. And then the others start going, and we're seeing that until you have only one store left, Wal-Mart, and that is inevitable. Why is it happening? Because our federal and state governmental agencies are not enforcing the Robinson-Patman Act, which prohibits price discrimination, and Congress is not passing laws to make private lawsuits easier. Similar to the SEC's position, and Congress is not passing laws to make private lawsuits easier. Similar to the SEC's position as to naked short selling, sale of toxic financial paper and collateralized mortgages, the SEC has not required Wal-Mart to disclose that it is running at an annual loss of at least $78 billion, and has not required under Sarbanes-Oxley to hold the highest officers of Wal-Mart personally liable for this willful failure. During February 2009, it was announced that 608,000 retail jobs were lost since December 2007. During the one-year period ending January 2009, Walmart added only 100,000 retail jobs. This is not a good trade-off. We've had a net loss of more than 500,000 retail jobs while Walmart continues to grow. This should tell you something. Now add the millions of millions of American manufacturing jobs that were lost because of Walmart, and you have an enormous amount of loss of employment in America. The solution for retailing, job loss, and revitalization of the U.S. economy is enforcement of the Robinson-Patman Act to enable all retailers to buy goods at the same per unit price, subject to actual savings for the manufacturer resulting from a retailer's purchasing volume. This will enable competitors to stay in business and provide the competition in product and service that is missing when one company such as Wal-Mart is the last retailer standing. As the shareholders and pension fund investors of the bankrupt major retailers now realize, the officers and directors of the bankrupt retailers ran off with the money while running their companies into the ground, knowing that because of discriminatory pricing, the retailers couldn't survive in the long run. You wonder why they didn't bring suit, why the human beings didn't bring suit? Because they want to continue working in the industry. There's no one left to get a job from, so they can't bring suit. We need to have government enforcement because private enforcement doesn't work. Human beings decide to bring lawsuits, not corporations. My name is Carl Pearson. I'm a lawyer who litigates in the area of antitrust, civil rights, intellectual property, other commercial litigation, and foreclosure defense anywhere in the U.S. You can find my video newspapers on YouTube by searching for my trademark, CEPersVid. And here is my website address and my trademark for YouTube videos. Thank you.